Hello, Captains. Your host, the Doctor / Borg Drone here, and welcome to Let's Play Star Trek Online. This is all about the new Rise of Discovery update in Star Trek Online, playing the 2 new missions that have been released. In the last video you've now seen published, I played the Plausibility of the Possible. We learned a little bit about Lorca and Landry and his ship the Buran and the Klingons and a prison transfer that went wrong, all of that. And now it's time to play the next mission, Impossibility of Reason. I am on my science character. He is the 2409 Starfleet Federation faction character. I am flying a Discovery style ship, all maxed out. I will be playing this mission on normal difficulty today. And I'm right here at Pryor's World after playing the Plausibility of the Possible. So now let's do the Impossibility of Reason. And let's see what Cryptic has in store for us for this brand new mission we got with the Rise of Discovery. Ambushed by Klingons, survival seems a remote possibility on a desolate moon of the Pryor's system.
The Pryor's World simulation has provided some very interesting data. Starfleet Command wants to expand on what we've learned, and the latest simulation should help with that. Your participation in this simulation is important, though the subject matter may be sensitive. We're asking you to step into the aftermath of the battle at Pryor's World. You'll be dealing with the actions of Ja'ula and her forces there under extreme conditions. Good luck.
Again, a simulation because we are 2409 Starfleet Federation faction. This means it's a simulation for us. Get Captain Lorca to safety. We get a Klingon bat'leth or something called a nanofiber insulated jacket. Rewards for successfully surviving the icy hazards of Pryor's 5D. Use the tailor to apply it to your outfit. Alright, looking forward to seeing what that looks like. Accept mission, and we need to go to Pryor's World, which we are actually here. I just need to get into the circle. Begin Impossibility of Reason. Let's see what happens. More of Lorca's story.
The Buran's in trouble. Those Klingons won't stop until she's gone. We need to get in there before it's too late.
Red alert. All hands.
Mayday, Mayday. This is the USS Buran. We're taking heavy fire and need immediate assistance.
Buran, this is TARDIS. We are on
You come to save your comrades. Honorable, if not foolish. Come and save them. If you have the courage to stand in battle against true Klingon warriors.
In fact, I do.
That's a car! Looks like he didn't run far after Ja'ula beamed him out of prison. What? No good deed goes unpunished? You know, if I'd listened to the warden instead of saving a car, this wouldn't be happening.
You did the best you could back there, Commander. A car's responsible for his actions, not you. Let's focus on doing what we can to help the Buran.
Agreed, Helm. Let's give them something to shoot at. So this is literally right after the prison scene. After we defeat the Klingons there, we hear or learn that the Buran is under attack on Pryor's World. So this is like literally right after that. Again, a little bit of that dialogue issue I was having in the last mission where I think there's a little too much dialogue. We should just be getting right into battle.
Warning.
We need to hurry up and get into battle. We shouldn't be having a long conversation.
Target shields have failed.
You know what I mean? Like, this is happening live, real time. We don't have time for a long conversation back and forth. We don't need to be debating anything. We just need to be getting in and helping the Buran.
Looks like we picked up some more Klingon attention.
Warning. Ship
This is a Buran. Our shields are buckling.
Target's shields have failed.
We're losing essential ship systems. Now would be a good time.
Well, I did it.
Incoming
or I
hails
was
from the
doing it.
Baran. What? The warp core! Someone's triggered the
Warning.
self-destruct.
Ship is under attack.
Somebody tell me,
Ship
Oh
is
my
under
God.
attack.
what class is the
Bran.
Baran? What ship is that?
She's gone.
I didn't get a chance to
Can't be
right-click on it.
happening. Scan the area. Escape pods. Did she launch any escape pods? If anyone got away, we need to find them before the Klingons do.
Good job on making her eyes red like she's crying and everything. That's good. Yeah, tell me what class the Baran is. I didn't catch the class. It looks like that quad nacelle. It's not the Europa class, is it? Is it different or is it the same? I'm not sure. Somebody let me know what class the Baran is. Looks like at least one escape pod launched. So just one person escaped out of all that?
Sick bay's reporting in. Captain Lorca needs extensive medical facilities. More than you have on board your ship. We need to get him to a star base or to Starfleet Medical.
Easier said than done.
I understand, Captain. The ion storm is getting worse and Pryor's world can't be left undefended. But if you can spare just one of your shuttles, we'll get him there that way. Please? He's going to die if we don't do something, and I can't let that happen.
Hold that thought for a minute, or go ahead and have him secured. I don't know what hold my thought, or hold that thought leads to. Let's try it, because obviously if it's green, that's going to close out the dialogue, because that's the last dialogue, but let's see what hold that thought for a moment means. I guess nothing. Okay.
Sick bay's reporting in. I understand.
Okay, so we actually do need to beam. Where are we beaming down to? I guess he's on the planet. They didn't quite explain that too well there. So I thought that they had beamed him on board our ship. But is he on the planet? Okay, they didn't make that clear enough there.
We'll reach the edge of the storm soon.
Don't spare the horses, Commander.
Oh, he is in a shuttle.
I've had a lot of days better than this one.
Or is he on the ground? See, where is he? Is he in an
Enemy
escape
vessel
pod?
on sensors. They're targeting us.
Take evasive action.
Oh, that's
They're
us.
firing to disable.
We're in the shuttle.
They want us alive.
Shields are gone. Impulsive failing.
Get us on the ground, Commander.
Okay, so he wasn't
Crash
on the ground.
position. Brace for impact.
I'm confused. We're on the shuttle, he's on the shuttle, and now we're crashing. That was a good crash, by the way. Okay, so he's on the shuttle.
Any
and we're on
landing
the
you can
shuttle.
walk away from, huh? Tricorder isn't showing any serious injuries. You'll live. Atmos breathable, but this is a Class P environment. The cold doesn't kill us. The Klingons will. No way they're gonna let us go now. We need shelter, and fast.
So we're on a very cold, icy planet. Now, yeah, I was a little confused there because I didn't know where we were and where he was. He was in a pod, but it had us beam somewhere, and I thought it was going to beam us to the ground. Did we beam to a shuttle and then intercept him in a pod? A little strange there. A little some miscommunication. They could have communicated that a little better to where he was, where I am, where I'm going, and why would I beam to my shuttle? I don't know. Continue.
Damn. This place reminds me of some of the places my family dragged me to for a vacation back home. You really haven't lived until you go camping on Andoria. Makes this place look like Waikiki Beach.
Okay, so we got an Andorian here, and again, I do like the reimagined Andorian in Discovery. They did a good job with the Andorian, and they've done a good job with the Tellarite too. I remember seeing a Tellarite. They did good with those guys. I don't know why they had to mess up so severely with the Klingons.
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, Ensign. But those of us who didn't grow up on an ice moon aren't as amused. Emergency survival protocol. Break out the gear and supplies and find shelter. I don't want this weather finishing what the Klingons started.
So Lorca is with us, wearing some kind of headgear. Not sure what that's about. I'll check the emergency compartment on the side of the shuttle. Maybe that's a sickbay thing. Okay, he's being treated medically. Fetch supply. Ooh, I'm really deep snow. Fetch supplies. How convenient. Tricorders. Everything. Is it not going to let me do it? Well, that's nifty. There's a bug. Look at that. I have to get right in the right place to get the button to pop up.
I'm reading some cave systems up on that mountainside. They might be a good place to set up camp. Maybe even a distress beacon. I can use the shuttle's emergency transporter to send Captain Lorca and another person there. Get them out of this wind and cold. It's only good for one transport, though.
That was a controversial thing in Discovery, was the fact that the shuttles could use a transporter, or had a transporter on board. Obviously, we never saw that in TOS. So, another Discovery debate to have. Let's do that and head for the shelter.
While I'm thinking about it, we lost some pieces of the shuttle while we were coming down. Some of that might be useful here. We should keep an eye out for anything we can easily salvage.
Alright, you'd better go with Lorca and we will catch up to you. Okay, nice jacket I got on. Nice. Maybe this is the reward that we're going to get. Because that's a pretty cool looking winter jacket. I like that a lot. Look, even my Breen is wearing it. And the Voth doesn't quite get his on his neck just right, but that's kind of cool. And our Andorian friend, well, he's just loving this. Just regular clothes for him. That's cool. But I love this jacket. This is very nice. I like this. Beam over Kerwin and Lorca. You guys, watch this. I'm going to beam you away, apparently. Just like that.
They made it. Takes guts to beam into a cave with an emergency transporter mostly held together with wishful thinking. Now, we just need to get there ourselves. The old-fashioned way, on Shank's mare, through a frozen wasteland. You take me to all the best places, Ellen.
Let's get out of here before the Klingons show up, or worse still, fire from orbit. Okay, it said about parts, though. I need to find shuttle parts. I would like to do that. Just looking around, you never know. Guess we're going... I'm just going to explore a little bit. I like to explore the world I'm in.
Should we worry about leaving tracks that the Klingons can follow?
See those ice formations? Temperatures get high enough to thaw, then refreeze.
So, the snow will probably melt enough to lose our tracks in the next few hours.
Right, and if it stays cold and humid, we'll get more snow anyway.
See, these are shuttle
Good news.
parts.
Now we just have to worry about finding our way out of here.
These are shuttle parts. Shouldn't we be taking those or something? It's a big map. Literally, we just head for shelter right now. It's very pretty, though. They did a good job with the graphics on this planet. It looks really good. It looks really good. The environment here is really nice.
Wait, you see those mounds of snow? Some of them are just going to be light powder, but some of those were built. Watch your step. There might be life forms in those, and they might not like unwanted guests.
Kerwin to team. My tricorder says there's a piece of the shuttle manifold near your position. Grab it if you can, okay? We could really use it.
Yeah, why didn't we take more things from the shuttle then if we really needed them? Yeah, okay, so there are life forms here. We got some kind of beastie things. And they spit stuff at you. Alright, we got some ice beasties. What are they called? Cochitans? Cochitin? Cytotins? Fetch components.
We got your widget, Kerwin. Never mind the beasties.
Sorry about that. I wonder if they were staying close to it for warmth.
Good work. Keep it coming. We're gonna need a lot more tricks to survive.
Well, this is interesting.
Fumaroles. I was wondering if we'd see any, and here they are. Look, geothermal activity pushes heated water up and forms those bubbling mud pools. I wouldn't recommend taking a dip, though. That stuff is scalding.
Kerwin here. I'm picking up another piece of debris near you. Looks like some live circuitry survived thanks to a Duralloy shell. Can you grab it for me? Thanks.
It's not in an obvious spot, probably somewhere among the geysers. So don't go in that stuff, then where are we supposed to go? I guess around? Can we climb up? No. Oh, we just need to stay around the geysers. Got it. Okay. Holy crap, we got that. You're a fumarole. Never heard of that before. Okay, so the place that this thing's gonna be is not obvious. Oh, there. Actually, it is obvious. It's right there. Well, that works.
Enemy targets on sensors.
I was like, hey, this thing's not gonna be obvious, and it's right there. As obvious as can be.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Oh, okay. So stay out of the red circle. And it should go back, and then you can go around. That's how that works. Well, okay. Pretty simple, really, once you learn how it works.
Hey, you see that? Over by the rocks?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I think it's another piece of the shuttle.
What are these marks in the ice? Tracks of some kind?
It's big, whatever it is. Let's not wait to find out more.
I don't see any marks. Probably another big beastie we gotta fight.
Never thought I'd be happy to see a cave, but here we are. I can almost feel my toes again. This was a good choice. Defensible position, adequate shelter, picking up some water inside as well. Might be able to cobble up some fortifications by carving out some rock.
It's a start. Where's Lorca?
Looks like they're a little deeper in the cave. If I know Kerwin, he's probably hard at work cobbling a warp core together out of rocks, a hypo spray casing, and a belt buckle.
Thanks, Chief. Let's find out, shall we? Yeah, here they are. Sitting by warm rock. And somehow they got a sleeping bag? I don't know where that came from. Oh, I guess the supplies under the shuttle that we took.
Captain Lorca's life signs are stable for now. His medical unit is functioning normally, and he didn't suffer any further wounds during the crash.
At least he's still alive.
Some good news for a change. Nice work, everyone. Let's set up camp. Kerwin, see if there's a way to send a coded distress beacon. To Pev, we need to know if there's anything we can use to survive around here.
Patel and I can start setting up a camp with our supplies. I'll reheat that rock that Kerwin heated up. Reheat rock.
Nice. That'll be warm and cozy for a while.
Make camp. Oh, look at that. I made a nice little camp, didn't I? Day 2. Oh, I like that. Like the days are passing by. Talk to Lorca.
Listen, I have to count on you. Landry's competent, but this might be too much for one person to manage.
We're in this together, Captain.
That we are, and we have to be prepared to fight. You and I both know it's only a matter of time before the Klingons find us. I need to know you'll be ready to make the hard call if it comes down to it.
Meaning?
You're dealing with Klingons. There's no room for weakness. The Vulcans know this. When you face Klingons, act from a position of strength whenever possible. When they come, you need to be ready to hit them hard. Give no quarter.
I'll be ready, Captain. I've fought Klingons before.
You have, but not like this. You might find yourself in a situation real soon where doing things by the book won't get the job done. And people depending on you will die, understand? Trust your instincts when it comes to that, not the regulations. Be prepared to make the hard call.
Don't worry, Captain. I don't plan to let the Klingons gain the upper hand.
Check in on the rest of the team. They need to stay motivated.
Gotta motivate everybody.
It's not luxury accommodations on Ryza, but at least the cave's secure. We need some more food. If something indigenous proves to be edible, our emergency rations will get us through a few days, but that's all.
How are you holding up?
I'm here, watching the Baran go. That was a hard hit for all of us. We lost a lot of friends up there. Right now, I think we need to get warmer. This cold's taking a toll, even in the cave out of the wind. Maybe Kerwin can figure a way to insulate the walls a little.
That's a good point. Usually doesn't the captain go down with the ship? But yet, in this case, Lorca is the only survivor. Him and a few people made it out. And everybody else died. It's kind of opposite of what usually happens, right? What's your role in Landry's team?
As Chief of Security, I do a lot of team management, strategy, and planning. My specialties are in operational readiness and field leadership. Basically, it's my job to keep every one of my people in top form, and to deploy them where their skills will do the most good.
And what's the story between you and Landry?
Ellen and I have served together for some time. If you mean personally, well, let's just say that the captain is aware, and he's given us the usual speech about how personal relationships can interfere with work, and so far, he's trusted us to be professional, which we've been.
So Captain Lorca doesn't interfere as long as it doesn't affect your work.
That's right. He's a pragmatist, and so is Ellen. She's really good at getting things done. She's not afraid to take a hard look at a tough situation and getting down to business. She tells me I have my head in the clouds sometimes, but I think she likes it, honestly.
All right, make sure to get something warm to eat. I'll check on the others. Okay, let's talk to Kerwin next.
Good morning. I'm still working on this transmitter. It's pretty banged up, I'm afraid. If only we had some more spare parts, but I'll make do. And to think, I was considering becoming a holonovelist before I joined Starfleet. Good thing I picked up a few skills with transmitters and recorders.
Is there anything I can get to help?
Well, if you're serious about going out in that cold again, keep your eyes peeled for metal ores and deposits. Anything with magnesium, sulfur, or other reactive ores. Stuff like that. Stuff we can burn. Speaking of ores, we could also use magnetic or radioactive ores. Those I can use for primitive power cells.
So I noticed he mentioned holonovel. Yeah, that kind of really wasn't a thing until, well, at least it seemed to us, the 24th century, when they had holodecks and holograms, and especially during Voyager's time. The Doctor making holonovels and all a lot. So yeah, another thing that maybe doesn't quite fit in Discovery era, but here it is. What's your role on Landry's team?
I'm a technical security specialist. Computer security, encryption, force field, surveillance devices, explosives, the works. It's engineering, but, you know, without the engines. A little joke there.
Okay, what's
I've
your
actually
story?
known Landry since before we joined Starfleet. It was always something she really wanted to do. The chance to get out there, to live a bigger life. As for me, I was a video novelist for several years before she convinced me to join. I'm glad she did. On most days, anyway. Oh, and don't listen to Patel. I didn't join because I lost a bet with Landry. Honest.
Okay.
I'm a technical security specialist. Computer security, encryption, force field,
I
surveillance.
see. I will keep that all in mind. All right, now let's talk to the Pev.
I'm mixing up some nutrient broth from our supplies. Not the best smelling stuff, but it'll keep us alive. We're gonna need a lot of calories in this weather, so we should try to find more food if we can.
Do you think there's anything edible here?
Well, we've already seen some wildlife. We're likely to find some edible fungi or mosses in the caves, and maybe some root vegetation. I don't know if I'd want to nibble on anything more complex. The contents could be dangerous to us.
What's your role in Landry's team?
I'm an assault team specialist, close combat, automatic weapons, squad support. If it involves mixing it up in a fight, that's in my area of expertise. Two-time Ushan champion back in my hometown. That's got me through a few scrapes with Klingons. They thought their batlets were the last word in close combat. They thought wrong.
Clearly, you're still standing.
Damn right. Combat isn't Starfleet's top priority, but sometimes we have to fight to protect what we value. The Klingons are finding out what Vulcans have known for a long time. Andorians know how to fight, and we fight to win.
Do you have any plans when we get out of here?
Yeah. I have a family back on Andoria. 2 wives and a husband. And we're all eagerly awaiting a young one any day now. We all knew that signing on to Starfleet would make career demands on my time, of course. But I'll be glad when this is over and I have a chance to see them again.
I expect we'll all be due some shore leave once we make it off this moon.
There was an Earthwriter who wrote that young men always feel the need to get married, or get in uniform, or both at the same time. I wound up doing the latter. I just don't like leaving opportunities on the table. The chance to have a family and the chance to serve are both too important for me to let them pass by.
Hold on to that attitude and we'll see we will see where we go from here. Now, Landry.
Doing the rounds, eh? Making sure your team's ready for what's ahead? Good call. I'd do the same. What's ahead? Yeah. Not a lot of good news there. Stranded on a frozen rock, no rescue in sight, and the sky belongs to the Klingons right now. Klingons! Beginning to wish I'd never laid eyes on them.
She's almost starting to sound a little bit like Tilly, and I'm not on board with that. Just some of her inflections and what she was saying there. But, okay, we're still in one piece, and that's what counts.
Good point. The captain's still alive, and Amna, Commander Patel, is still with me. Still with us. Starfleet trains us to deal with adversity. We'll figure something out. For now, let's see if we can scrape what we need to survive from this rock while we're here.
Everything seems to be a pep talk in these last 2 missions. It's like we have to constantly be talking ourselves into doing what we're supposed to be doing. Maybe it's a little too much? I mean, these are Starfleet officers. They should just already feel and be that way. Why do we need the pep talks all the time? Too much pep talks. That's what I'm trying to say. This is interesting, an ice wall. I want it. Actually, I want to bust through it. Alright, search fumaroles for materials. I gotta go all the way back to where I was back there and search for the fumaroles. Dang it.
Losing the Baran
long journey.
was hard. You know, I don't have much left. But I am ready to fight for it. For them. My people from the Baran, they're my family. Starfleet, they give us tools and training, sure. But the most important thing that they give us is each other.
So I gotta wait until the areas go down and then dig for materials. And fight these things along the way. Gotcha. So basically, I wonder if I can use my phasic shroud and like walk through the stuff. I'm gonna actually try it. See how it's red? I'm gonna go with my phasic shroud and see if I'm invulnerable to it. No, I am not invulnerable to it. Okay, that plan sucked. That plan completely sucked. Come save me. Landry. Somebody. Anybody. It's killing Landry. She's dead. Come get me. Come save me. Alright, we're gonna have to respawn. That was the stupidest idea in the history of ideas. I had to try it. But apparently that didn't work. Lesson learned. Don't walk into the red part when you think you can survive and you don't survive. My phasic shroud. Okay, all it does is provide temporary hit points, dodge, and stealth. Okay. So it's actually not like the other one where I get a full immunity. When the one that kicks in from my bridge officers, the Nakul set, see, they're using this Nakul set, which is the temporal operative armor, and it's got that ability, actually it's from the shield, where you get, it's called Time Slip. You are immune to all damage and invisible to enemies while the distortion is active. It's called Time Slip. That's the one I need to activate, not Phasic Shroud. Okay. I can't activate it, though. It has to activate on its own, so I can't try it unless it activates. But it's an ability that I potentially have that would potentially allow me to survive this situation. But it has to activate. Actually, all my bridge officers are now dead, so that's great. Let me grab these materials.
That should be enough. Let's go.
Oh, now you guys are alive. You might want to move. I'm not going to be able to save them. They're in a bad place. They're just going to have to wait. Actually, I might need them because I think maybe everyone's walking right through this stuff. We may encounter a bigger enemy along the way, so let me see if I can revive them. Come on, follow me out. No, don't save them. You're gonna die. Wait. I'm gonna have to save you again too. Okay, now everybody out. Okay, now we continue. Return to the cave.
Whoa! Big monster! Very big!
Yeah, I thought so. I thought there might be
I'm pretty
a
sure I
boss.
know what made those marks in the ice now. We better hope none of those come to visit the cave.
Oh, I got him.
Enemy combatants in close proximity.
Okay, we're good. We are good. Not too bad. I used that piezoelectric thing I have. Piezoelectric perimeter snare. That thing does a lot of damage.
Honey, I'm home.
I like that they've given her personality. I just
Oh,
don't want her.
good. Wait till you see what I've done with the cave.
I just don't want her to seem too much like Tilly. But I do like the personality.
Oh, what you got there? Magnesite? Ah, indium. We can use that. I'll take those off your hands. The indium can give us some power. Just don't loiter around it. It's radioactive. I can probably use the magnesite to make some explosive charges. You know, just in case.
Explosives? In a cave like this. That's not one of your best ideas, Kerwin. Even if we don't collapse it on our heads, we'd probably trap ourselves. We'd be stuck, unless we could burn a new way out with our phasers.
You have a point.
Sealing off the cave entrance and finding another way out is superior to being devoured by those ice creatures you mentioned. Put the explosive near the tunnel entrance. See if you can rig up a remote detonator. Better to have the option and not need it than to need it and not have it.
I should have just enough parts to make a short-range radio detonator for the explosives. I can work on that while someone else sets up these canisters. With the magnesium as an accelerant, and some of the gelled thruster fuel from the shuttle, they'll go up once a charge is applied to them.
Okay, I guess I'm doing that then. Place explosive charges. Interesting that he can make all of this from a few parts that are just lying around. But sure, why not? It's a bit close to camp though, isn't it? I would have put that way back there toward the opening, not like right at our campsite.
Glad to see you made it back in one piece. Judging by the looks on your faces, you didn't come back empty-handed. That's good news. Come and have a seat, Ellen. Got a reasonably smooth rock, nice and heated up for you.
We found some useful materials.
Looks like the best rock in the house, too. Thanks, Emna. You're always looking out for me. Okay, let's talk next steps. Kerwin, we're gonna need that transmitter real soon. We've bought a little time, but not much. This cold's not going anywhere, and neither are the Klingons.
All good points. Time's not on our side.
You're not wrong, but consider. We survived the Klingon ambush, and a crash landing, and those things that tried to eat us, whatever the hell they were. The captain's still with us, and we have each other.
More
Remember,
pep talking.
we're Starfleet. We
Remember,
can't
we're
give in
Starfleet.
to despair.
How
when
many
times
times
are worst,
have we heard
that's
that?
when we need to rise to our best.
How much have we heard that in these last two missions? We're Starfleet. It's like they got a pep talk every dialogue session. You're right. We can't let these hardships grind us down. More pep talks.
Agreed. Let's not lose sight of what matters the most here. Okay, everyone, get some rest. I know I'm beat. Please tell me we have some more of that moss around. I need to pad out my thermal bag. It's keeping me warm, but this cave floor is doing a number on my back.
I think we can manage something. Camp for the night. Oh, she moved over there. Day 3. I think we're building up to a Klingon fight, maybe? I'm not sure.
I think we're in business here. The distress beacon's operational. It actually works. I mean, it's ugly and full of hacks, but we can send out a distress signal with the beacon now.
Excellent work.
Hold on. If we use the beacon, won't the Klingons receive the signal too? If they're still trying to find us, they'll know exactly where we are once we turn that on. This cozy little cave will be crawling with Klingons sooner than any of us would like once that happens.
Is there any way to mask the signal?
None, unfortunately. We turn it on, and it'll be out there for all to see, friend and foe alike. We're hoping that Federation ships at Pryor's World will hear it and respond before the Klingons do. It's a risk, but one we need to think about taking soon.
We'll need to be ready for the Klingon response as well.
Agreed. They know we crashed. And unless they gave up the chase, they're still out there. And they will come running the moment they detect this beacon. Count on it. So, we need to be ready to deal with them, and buy ourselves enough time for Starfleet to get here and extract us from this godforsaken ice ball.
The cave's pretty defensible.
To a point. They'll eventually bottle us in and use grenades or chemicals. We have to make it too costly for them to hunt us down. Catch them before they catch us. Ambush them.
Risky, but we know the terrain.
Here's the plan. They'll beam down at the shuttle wreckage and start searching from there. Their teams will eventually track our route, so we hit them on the way. We'll ambush them at the snowdrifts, then fall back, fighting our way towards the cave. Make them pay for every meter. We don't have to stop them, just slow them down long enough for Starfleet to reach us.
Let's give these Klingons a little payback.
Let's take position by the fumaroles and make the Klingons come to us.
Alright, I guess that's how we're doing this then. Ambush the Klingons at the fumaroles.
Remember, the Klingons can be beaten.
Yeah, I know they can.
Meet them with strength. Seize every opportunity. Give no quarter.
I've beat
Fight
them
hard
a lot.
and fight to win.
Actually. I've beat them quite a bit, actually, so... I'm not of dogs?
Jackal Mastiffs! They're hunting us!
Jackal Mastiffs. I'm not as scared as the Klingons as these people seem to be. Oh no. They're really scared of them. There's a lot of jackal things.
Flanking damage detected. Enemy combatants in close proximity.
We should get to high ground and try to hide. Catch them in the rough terrain.
A high ground, like over here? Or not. I was trying to reach high ground, but it won't let me. Over here, okay. Gotcha. Take up ambush position.
Get behind cover. They'll be here any second. Everyone in
That is
position.
not the weapon I have.
Ready.
Affirmative.
I see them.
Wait for my signal.
It's a lot of them,
Let's give him hell.
but I think I could take them. Where'd they go? If I could target them, that is. It wasn't letting me target them appropriately.
Personal shield losing power.
It's actually kind of hard to deal with them from
Keep
way
up
up
the
here.
pressure!
I'd actually kind of rather deal with them on the ground than up here. It's hard to aim right below me. That's not too bad so far.
Keep firing! Hold the line!
Uh-oh. Might want to look over to our left. There they go. Yeah, why vaporized them? Jeez.
Oh, that was close. You alright?
Get down!
Get down. Because, yeah, that's going to happen. Saw that coming. Alright, he's gone. Time for another pep talk.
Kerwin's down!
Fall back toward the cave.
They're homing in on our signal. Head toward the cave before they flank us.
I want to attack them, but it says to fall back toward the cave. Can I attack them? Well, apparently I can. They just stood there and took it.
Keep moving! We'll dig out on the hillside by the rocks. Fall back! Fall back to the cave! We can't let them reach Lorca!
We won't last long out here, even in cover. The cave's gonna be our best option soon. The rest of you should be ready to fall back to the camp. When that happens, I'll dig in here and cover your retreat.
Negative, Ensign. We can't afford to lose
It's a
anyone
sound
else.
tactic. If something goes wrong, you're gonna want someone watching your back. Keep Tepev in reserve in case you need to withdraw. Think like a Klingon. Consider every weapon at your disposal.
I'll make sure you have the time you need. Keep the captain safe. Tell my family what happened here. Tell them I fought for them. And for the Federation.
Everyone's sacrificing themselves. Well, at least he's sacrificing himself. I don't know if that's necessary. It doesn't feel like it's necessary. I don't get it yet. I don't see the danger quite yet. Now
Which
all of a
one of
sudden
you
he's
wants
surrounded.
to die first?
When did that happen?
Ha! I thought you Klingons knew how to fight!
It's a nice cutscene, though. And he's dead.
I give you all warriors death and Dorian. It is better than they will receive.
Okay. Well, it was a nice little cutscene, but the threat kind of came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, he was just surrounded.
Since you're back, I assume that the Klingons are on their way. Give me a phaser. I'll be damned if I go down without a fight.
If you're sure, Captain, good luck. Defend the cave. Okay. Well, I can do that. Pretty good, actually.
It's you! A car of House Mokai. I am gonna kill.
It seems I have you cornered, Starfleet. Your minions died honorably. But your captain is... Ah, my troops will deal with you.
Yeah, he got away.
Not
I totally had him.
enjoying his time
Personal shield
as a
losing
prisoner.
power.
I did totally have him, by the way.
Flanking damage detected.
Hadn't even used all my abilities yet. I was
Personal shield losing power.
gonna plug up the like that. I was gonna plug up the front of the cave with that. Really, I had them all. I even had a car. Totally had them.
They smell blood. They won't stop now.
I think it's time we use those explosives, Chief.
Do it! Seal off the entrance! Damn!
I know that look. What's wrong?
Kerwin had it.
What?
Kerwin had the remote detonator.
Make another one, then.
No parts. We used everything we had.
Give me options, Commander.
She's gonna
Now,
sacrifice
running a
herself.
little short on those, Captain.
Everybody
shoot
seems
it
to
and
do
set it
that
off?
here.
No way. They'll just fry the whole package.
She's gonna do it. She's gonna sacrifice herself. She's gonna blow it. Manually.
Something with a tricorder, then.
Maybe? I don't know.
What the hell?
What are you doing? Come back!
This is the only way. Has to be done manually.
Wait! No! No, you can't!
I love you, Ellen. Always. Always.
That's a nice cutscene. I think she had time to get away though before it blew. She did that whole communication thing and then it
Amna, where are you? Can you hear me? Amna?
Landry!
Amna, tell me where you are! Please. Come back.
Commander! We need to get moving.
No. No, I'm not leaving without her.
She's gone, Commander. On your feet, soldier. Do not let her sacrifice be in vain.
His lips were freaking out again. As much as these stories were supposed to be about Lorca, I thought it seems to be more about Landry. This last mission and this mission. we hung out with Landry more in the last mission than we did with Lorca, and in this one we're really getting Landry's background and personality. Sir, that back wall is mostly ice, frozen over the course of many seasons of runoff. We should be able to melt through it with a phaser. A medium setting will generate a lot of vapor but give a clean bore. I knew that ice wall was going to come in place somewhere. Bust through it. Of course, why aren't the Klingons on the other side waiting for us? Well, it's the edge of a cliff. Maybe that's why. Talk to Lorca.
Damn. It'll take a while for the Klingons to make it through the rockfall. Let's make sure we're ready when they do.
We don't seem to have many options left. Unless a ship comes out of nowhere and saves us.
Give me options, people.
Photon grenades. Breaking through.
Klingons don't give up the chase easily.
Let them come. I'll take as many of them with me as I can.
Lorca here?
Captain Lorca, thought we'd lost you.
Not from lack of trying. My people and I need immediate extraction.
Ask and ye shall receive, Captain.
Ah,
Ready to leave when you are.
A ship is coming to save us. A shuttle, anyway. Awesome. Before the Klingons got through. And then, now, sometime later. Ah, this...
Personal log.
Discovery, I guess.
Commander Ellen Landry. She's been gone for months. And every day I'm reminded of her. I even have her job now.
Ah.
Chief of
That's
Security.
how she became Chief of Security.
I took it
then.
to honor her. To continue her work.
There's Tilly.
To keep people safe.
Yeah, that's the Discovery.
The captain's recovered from his injuries. Mostly. His eyes don't handle the light very well. But like me, he forges on. This war. The Klingons.
His eyes don't handle
They've
the light
taken
very
so
well.
much from us both. For me. For the captain. Only duty remains.
So when
Long-range sensors are picking up Klingon raiders in this sector.
When was the switch?
Ready for a little payback?
Was it before this?
Always.
It was before all this, wasn't it? It has to be, right? Okay, we'll have to talk about that at the end here. Spoilers for Discovery Season 1, by the way. Let's contact Command, hail Starfleet.
There's a lot to
That's
be
it, I
learned
guess.
from what happened on that moon, to be sure. Ja'ula's willingness to sacrifice large numbers of her forces to get what she wants comes to mind. Her ruthless determination is bound to be a problem, and soon. The fanaticism of her troops and officers shouldn't be taken lightly. A great number of those forces came with her to this time period. I think we all have an idea of what to expect if we meet them in battle now. For many, the fate of Commander Landry is something of a cautionary tale. I prefer to remember her as an officer who remained faithful to her captain and crew until the end.
Uh-huh. Let's get that insulated jacket. Okay, let's talk about this mission now. I need to apparently rewatch Season 1 of Discovery because I have forgotten some key things that happened and were talked about in Season 1. Naturally so, because I was very set aback by Season 1 of Discovery. It really was not my cup of tea. Season 2, a lot better. Season 1, not so much. So some of the stuff I'm very foggy on. You'll have to forgive me on that, but I will do a rewatch of Discovery. But in the meantime, by the way, what I'm about to talk about is spoilers for Season 1 of Star Trek Discovery. Do not listen further. Do not listen further if you want to not be spoiled if you've not seen it yet. These are major, major spoils, and it will ruin your experience going forward here if you have not seen Season 1 of Discovery. Okay? Alright, all that said, here come the spoilers. When was the switch? When was the switch? When did the mirror universe Lorca switch out with our universe's Lorca. They hint at the end here that his eyes were never the same, couldn't, take the light now after this little incident here on this Pryor's world. But that should have been going on all the time, because apparently he's from the mirror universe and something about the light is brighter in our universe or something, and he just couldn't take it. His eyes couldn't take it. And that was the deal. And if I remember correctly, the dialogue was that he had been entrenched in our universe for quite a while. Years and years and years. Before he was on Discovery. Because on Discovery, so he's the mirror universe Lorca has to have been in Starfleet, taking on taking over where the other Lorca was. So I have to ask, when was the switch? It's got to be well before Discovery. So that means these last two missions we've been watching, that has to be mirror Lorca, not the regular Lorca. It has to be mirror Lorca. He has to have already been entrenched in Starfleet by then, unless what they're hinting at is that in these two missions he wasn't. This was the real Lorca, and that sometime between this last mission and him taking command of the Discovery is when he got switched out. That might make sense. But then how does he know about that mission so well? Maybe he just knows it, but I don't know. It's so I'm guessing that they're hinting at the switch was after this mission, but before he took command of Discovery. That has to be what they're trying to get at, maybe? I'd like to know for sure when that happened, but that's what it kind of sounds like there. But anyway, overall, playing these past two missions, I thought it was going to be a whole lot about Lorca. And really, I think it feels more like these two missions were all about Landry. I feel like we got a good backstory on Landry and how she became chief of security, rather than how Lorca got placed in certain positions. I thought this was going to be about how Lorca took command of Discovery and maybe all about the mirror universe switch. I was hoping to actually see that, to see the real Lorca die or go away or whatever, and the mirror universe Lorca take his place. I was hoping to see that, and I thought that's what these were going to be about. I guess I was wrong. Really seemed to be more about Landry with Lorca thrown in on the side. Now that's not terrible, because it's nice to have that Lorca backstory too. We know now how the Baran got destroyed, and he lost a lot of people on the Baran, definitely. And Landry and him survived that, and then they went on to work together on the Discovery. And then of course Landry ends up dying too, and I forget exactly how she dies in Star Trek Discovery. That's another thing I need to rewatch. It must be in the Klingons. I think it's like the very first episode. And that's why I don't know her that well, or we didn't know her that well. She died in like a very short amount of time. I need to rewatch that though, because it was very early Discovery that happened. Anyway, okay. Summing up this mission, not quite what I expected. I thought there was going to be like really big space battle or something like that. No, pretty much a ground-based survival mission, which we have never had in Star Trek Online before. So from that perspective, it's quite unique and different. I like the day 1, day 2, now day 3 of survival. That's cool. Having to get supplies together, having to make a camp, that's very cool stuff. And the way they put it together and pieced it together was unique, and I liked it. The battle was not too difficult on the ground with the Klingons or in space, but I think I'm going to play this again on advanced and see if that will change. The There was a lot of dialogue. Once again, I believe it's a dialogue-heavy mission, and maybe they could have streamlined that just a little bit. Also, I feel that there's a lot of prep talk. I talked about that during the mission. There's a lot of like having to prep each other up. We're Federation, we're Starfleet, we can still do this by keeping our morals, blah, blah, blah. Why do they need to keep going over that over and over? It's almost like they're all cadets. That's what it sounds like. It's like they've never had any experience doing anything ever. That's not quite where they are. That's not how that should be going. These are Starfleet officers that have been officers for a while. They should be a little more not of the prep talky type. If they were all cadets, well, that's a little different, and I understand it. But they're not cadets. So all the prep talk stuff, it's like they have to keep motivating themselves to move forward. And it was a little heavy-handed on all that. But as for the uniqueness of the mission and how it played out and everything, I'm going to give it a solid A, leaning toward an A+. Because it was very unique. I think it's one of the better missions. I like these story missions a lot better. So yeah, maybe I'll give it an A+. I do want to play it on advanced, I think, to see if it's going to be a little more difficult to play. So if y'all will post a lot of likes and stuff and feedback on that, I'm thinking about maybe doing an advanced run and recording that. Otherwise, I will definitely be doing a DSC Starfleet run of this mission, just like the previous one. And I'll do that on my DSC Starfleet faction character, and we'll see if the mission's a little different between a Federation faction character, Starfleet Federation faction character, or DSC Starfleet faction. So I will do a run on that, and then I can do it a third time on advanced difficulty if there's enough interest. I'm also going to play it on a Klingon and a Romulan and see if it plays out any different. The fact that we are Klingon, would that be any different because we're dealing with Klingons? I'm going to play it, and if it is any different, then I'll do a recording of that as well. I want to see it first and see if it's just completely the same. There's no point in making a video, but if it's any different, I will do that so that you can see that. Well, that's the brand new 2 missions we have here with Rise of Discovery. I hope you all enjoyed those runs. Like I said, I'm going to do these again right now on the DSC Starfleet faction and record those 2 runs and see how that goes. And then I will potentially play it in advanced, and then I'll also play it on a Klingon and a Romulan. Got a lot more playthroughs of this to go through, and anything unique I'll make a video of it on. But drop a comment below and let me know what you think of these 2 new missions. That was my first experience playing them, and you saw my reaction to it. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.